back. I'm Kelly, and this is Kelly Hill Yoga. 30 days of yoga, day 4. Can't believe we're here, day 4. And I apologize for this video. It's probably going to be posted a little bit late on day 4. Might turn into an evening practice for some of you if you're on the East Coast. I was with family for the holidays, so I just got a little bit behind on my filming. Anyways, this is day 4. I'm excited. Day 4 is core. And I'm excited because it's a way for me to teach you that core isn't just about having that six-pack abs, right? It's treating the front of our bodies and the back of our bodies, finding balance, because our core muscles are kind of act like a corset, cinching everything in. And corsets, right, usually our front wrap all the way around our bodies. So I'm just going to show you guys some awesome stuff we can do just to bring strength and stability to your core area in order to find stability in some of the other poses that we'll do further down the road. And something to remember is the further we get into this program, we're going to start to move a little bit faster the more we build on those foundations of those poses that we learned in the first few days. So yeah, day 4, let's go. Day 4 is core. Yes, I know, I rhymed with it on purpose because I'm that cool. All right, but this is about you. Let's show you guys some fun stuff you can do to focus on your core. Come to your mats, lay down on your back, soles of the feet on your mat. Let's have your feet slightly wider than hip width, and then we're just gonna let your knees fall till they're touching in this nice constructive rest pose. Length through the back of your neck, so finding a slight tuck in your chin. Let's pull our shoulders or tuck them as much as you're physically able to. Tuck your shoulders underneath to open up your chest and heart space. Hands just gently rested on your sides, or if you find comfort in having one over your belly and one over your heart, just as we start to find focus and intention in today's practice. We become mindful of the breath, in and out. Let's take one good cleansing breath just to clean our mind of any last little thoughts that might be lingering outside our mats. Deep inhale through the nose, and let's verbally exhale through the mouth. 2 more times. Inhale through the nose, exhale verbally through the mouth. Last one. Beautiful. Just to find a nice palette, clean and tidy. To get this party started, let's lift both legs into the air, soles of the feet to the sky, reaching through your heels. Should feel this in the back of your legs. You're pulling your belly button to your spine, staying grounded through your low back as much as possible. Just creating some strength and stability in your core with just slight movement, having your legs lifted. And let's go ahead and lift our head and shoulders, arms, hands reaching for your toes. So shoulders and feet off the mat, reaching for the sky, pulling that belly button to find height in your shoulders off the mat. And 3, 2, 1. Slowly release soles of the feet back down. Just waking things up before we get into some more substantial movements. Let's go ahead and hug our knees to our chest. Roll them a little bit. And when I say roll them, that's pulling your knees away from your chest, shifting them from side to side, just releasing some of that pressure and tension we just created in the low back by staying grounded. Bring the soles of the feet back to the ground, just like how we started, about hip width apart, so we're bringing them in a little bit closer than where we were at in that constructive rest pose, lifting the hips up into bridge pose, so we're keeping that length in the back of the neck, chin slightly tucked. Remember, we're not crunching anywhere in our spine. Drive your hips up, squeezing at the top to find height. Everything to midline, so squeezing those thighs, pretending you're trying to get them to touch, staying grounded through all four corners of your feet, squeezing those glutes. Slowly lower down, one vertebrae at a time, tailbone last to tuck. 2 more rounds. Drive your hips, bridge pose. Remembering not keeping any tension in that neck. Trying to create one long line from your knees to your shoulders as much as possible. Just waking things up. Exhale, slowly release. 1 vertebrae at a time. Tailbone last to touch. Last one. Driving hips up. Bridge pose. Staying for a round of breath. Hugging everything to midline. Really firing everything up. Exhale, slowly release. Let's hug the knees in again. Release some of that tension. Rock back and forth if you like. All right, on this next one, it's okay if you need to look at me. We're going to do a supine crow. I know crow can sometimes be crazy, especially in a beginner program, but I promise you will be able to do this crow. So let's bring our hands up to the sky, palms facing the sky. Lift our knees up in this almost pretend tabletop. Let's bring our knees to the outsides of our upper arms. So the insides of our knees are on the outside of our upper arms, just above the elbows or wherever your body will able to let you be. Slight bend in the elbows, toes, big toes together, and let's lift the shoulder and head off the mat. And you're going to squeeze your hips, or your knees and legs, squeezing everything to the middle, creating this little ball of tension. Belly button pulled to the spine, everything nice and tight. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, slowly release. Nice, very beautiful. Now you can tell everyone that you can do crow pose, right? Just never have to. All these poses can be modified. Yoga is yoga no matter what you do. All right, let's go ahead and grab the backs of our legs and rock up to tabletop. Apologize for the beep with my watch. Let's come up to a tabletop. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and this nice neutral spine length through the crown of the neck. We're just going to find some spinal flexion here. So we're going to inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, round through the spine, cat pose. Just a few quick rounds, your own pace, your own breath. Waking up that core and remembering that it's not just those six-pack abs. It's all the way around, pulling everything in your back and the front of your body. All right, let's come back to a nice neutral spine, and we are going to Lift our right leg, keeping a bend in the knee. Just pretend you're a dog about to do your business on a fire hydrant. I wish there was a fancy name for this pose, or if somebody has a fancy name, please leave it in the comments because I'd like to come up with a cooler name than hydrants. All right, back to our focus. Lifting the right leg just at the hip joints, squeezing, slowly drop it back down. Keep the knee lifted. We're not dropping back down and dumping on that right knee, and we're not shifting too far to the left. A few more rounds. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower back down. Two more. Lift, lower back down. Last one. Lift, lower back down. Taking it to the other side. So left leg lifts, keeping a bend in the knee. Just act like, once again, let's pretend we're a doggy for a moment. Inhale, lift. Exhale, slowly lower down. 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 Great job. Catching our breath after that little bit of movement. We're going to come into alternating arm and leg lifts. We've done this before. You can do it again. So lifting our right arm up, left leg back, finding length, reaching those toes to the back of the room. Fingertips reaching, reaching, reaching. Exhale, knee to elbow, keeping everything lifted, pulling up, spine to the sky, rounding. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Repeating for a few rounds, matching breath to movement. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Last one. Extend, knee to elbow. Slowly lower that right arm back down in your back left leg. Taking it to the other side. I know this can be a little bit intense. We're doing a lot on the shoulders right here as well. So if you need to take a break if your shoulders are tired, or if you encourage the energy we're creating, let's move forward. Inhale, extending. So left leg or left arm reaching in front, right leg reaching to the back. Exhale, rounding through the spine, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Few rounds. Last one, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Beautiful. Release. Slowly. Let's tuck our toes, shift back to our first downward dog. Let's just catch our breath after we just expended quite a bit of energy. So let's just hang out here, or if you'd like, take child's pose. Let's relish in some of that energy we just created, that fire, that's heat. Hips pulled to the sky, no tension anywhere. So staying relaxed through the shoulders and neck. All right, we're going to match breath to movement again. So if you need to watch, go ahead and watch, and then we'll do the rest of the rounds together, just verbally. So as we inhale, we're going to exhale, transition to plank. So it's totally okay if you need to transition your hands. I have long legs, so I usually have to shift my hands a little bit in order to get a nice strong plank. Staying here. Exhale, shift your hips up and back to downward dog. So all we are is doing a fluid movement. We're shifting from plank to downward dog for a few rounds. So inhale, exhale, plank. Inhale, back to downward dog. Just a few rounds. Keeping strength in your core, holding that plank for just a half a breath before you shift back to downward dog. Right, we're just firing up that core. Plank move, upper plank, lower plank, doesn't matter, creates fire. Energy. Last one, plank, holding, not dropping your hips too high or too low. Nice straight line. Exhale, downward dog. Beautiful. Very nice. Let's slowly bend the knees, look forward, gently step to the top of your mat into a forward fold. Grab both your elbows or let your arms hang in a ragdoll. Keeping those hips reaching for the sky, generous bend in the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on the shins or thighs, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift again. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, ground through the feet, root to rise or come to a nice standing. Reach your arms up and overhead, finding a nice full body stretch. Beautiful. Exhale, palms to chest. Let's find a little bit of a stretch on either side. We're creating all this contraction in these core muscles. Let's just find a nice stretch in them. So inhale, both arms up. Grab your left, have your left hand grab your right elbow. Push your right hips out. I'm going to come to face you guys just so you can see this from the front. So our left hand is grabbing our right elbow, almost like you're in this tricep stretch, but we're going to shift to the left and push out with our right hip a little bit. Nice stretch in the side. Back to center. Both arms up. Switching sides. Right hand grabs your left elbow. Transition to the right. Stretching in that left side. Beautiful. Back to center. Slowly with control. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart space. Last big movement of the day. Reach your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, shift your hips back. Hands out in front of you. Shifting hips back. Chair pose. Just going to hold this for a few rounds of breath. I like to have the arms out in front like this, extended. It can help you create length in your spine through the crown of the head, not dumping anywhere. We're lifting, lengthening. I know this is a bit for our legs, but it's also great for your core to maintain stability. Last round of breath. Inhale. Exhale, slowly release, folding halfway. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, arms up and overhead, standing. This next pose, let's keep our arms up. Slowly with control, shift those hips back, pretending we're coming into chair, but instead lowering all the way down to a seated, arms still up, lifting the legs, feet off the ground, boat pose. Beautiful. Nice and long spine through the crown of the head, lifting your chest and heart space to the sky. Don't worry, I'm shaking too. It's okay. We're just creating energy in our bodies. Bringing one toe down if you need for a modification. But if not, we're staying here. Slowly lowering down. So we're laying down on our mats, on your back. Beautiful. As I shimmy and get back on my mat. Just finding breath, refocusing. Let's reach our arms up and overhead as we reach our toes away. Nice full body stretch. Beautiful. Beautiful. Exhale. Let's bring the knees into the chest. Rocking back and forth. Slowly bring those soles back down to the mat. We're going to do another round of bridge pose just to kind of bookend it on our quick little core practice today. So feet about hip width apart, everything pulled to the midline. Push through the bottom of your feet to lift your hips. If you would like, let's take it a little bit further. Clasp the hands underneath your tailbone, rock back and forth to tuck your shoulders and drive your hips to the sky. I'm going to stay here for a few rounds of breath driving, pulling everything to midline. Inhale, exhale, release the hands if you had them clasped, and slowly roll down your spine. Beautiful. Knees into chest. It's just nice to always release a little bit of that tension that you just created in the low back. Beautiful. Let's bring both soles of the feet back down to the mat. And we're going to come into a nice spinal twist. One last little bit of love. It's even nice to take some twists to focus on that core too, right? Stretching and strengthening builds stability. So let's just take both our knees and bring them to the right. Shift your hips slightly if you need to. Reach out with that left arm out to the left. Having both knees to the side stacked. Just a little variation on this spinal twist. Inhale back to center. If you want, shift your hips a little bit to the right before we transition both knees and legs to the left. Right arm reaches out. Take your gaze to the right as well. Trying to keep both shoulders on the mat as much as possible. Beautiful. It's always nice to do these last few little bit of movements just to regather our breath and energy. Inhale back to center. Extend both legs. Tuck your shoulders as we set up for Savasana or corpse pose. Let's do a few rounds, cleansing breath again. And instead of releasing energy from outside the room that may have been distracting us, let's just release some of that energy that we just built up. So inhale through the nose, verbally exhale through the mouth. Inhale nose, verbally exhale mouth. Just getting rid of some of that heat and energy. Last round. Beautiful. Transition back to a nice normal breath, calming your body, finding peace and comfort in that energy we have created. You are more than welcome to stay here. This nice grounded posture. If you'd like, just start waking back up, rocking your head back and forth, finding movement once again. Slowly roll to one side if you like. If not, let's just meet back in a nice seated posture. Hands at our heart space. Take one good last breath. Eyes closed. Beautiful. Thank you so much for participating. Sorry, a little too calm right now to focus on talking. Thank you so much for participating in day 4, where we focused our energy on our core. Can't wait to see you tomorrow for day 5. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As always, I love you.